Alright guys, Yowie Chaser, we're back. It's been a while. Forgotten how to bloody record actually. Alright, this is gonna be a long video, right? I'm gonna get a friend to start me another Facebook page and group, alright? So I need you guys to give me a name. It'll probably be, I'm thinking this is a good name. Yowie Research and Sightings Australia. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll need a page and a group. So I don't want to have the same page and the group, because I had that with Yowie Sightings Australia. We had the page and the group. It was a bit confusing. So if any of you guys can think of a good name, just leave it in the comments and I'll get my mate to set that up. He started doing it last night and I said, well, hang on, let's see if we can get let's see. I want to get the name right this time. As you know, I've been banned from Facebook, so I've lost all the sightings. I had thousands and thousands and thousands of sightings. More than anyone, guys. These guys that were doing it for 30 years probably had 1,500. We were probably doing it for 5 years and had 5,000 sightings. And they're all gone, skis. I can't get back on the Facebook. It's very, very painful. Anyway, it's changed pretty much my whole life now, so things are going to change where I'll probably just be doing Yowie research probably every day of the week if I can afford it. That's the next problem, if I can afford it. So I'm going to have plenty of spare time, more than what I had before. So it's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of walking, hiking going on. I'll get a better phone. Better camera. I want to get one of those iPhone 16 Pro Max. Just for interviews as well, because I don't know, I still can't get anyone to tell me how to do it, but there's a way to record phone calls and upload it to YouTube, so I still want to do that. Even get the sightings going. So yeah, I actually met a guy the other day that he goes out hunting with what are they, like a spear gun? What are they? An arrow sort of thing. You shoot it. And gets in a ghillie suit. It was actually crazy, because actually where he goes hunting for deer is actually where a couple of people have seen yowies. And I thought, they might be mistaking you as a bloody yowie running around the ghillie suit. You just wouldn't think you'd be doing it. It's a funny story. I'll say that for another video. Now, if you don't know, I used to run this bloody group. Look at this, 410,000 members. At 60,000 members, guys, I started asking people for Yowie signs. So what I want someone to do is go and message this lady that I made her a moderator. It was the only person I've ever made someone an admin or moderator on any of my groups, right? So lucky I sort of did. So she's running this group all by herself. Now, she probably doesn't even know what's going on. She was on my Yowie group as well. Her name's Katrina. So if you're a member of this group, just go in there and post, hey, Katrina, Brad from Yowie Sightings said to let you know that he's been banned from Facebook. Definitely won't be getting back on. Any Yowie sightings you get through this group, can you please send it to his email address, which is Yowie sightings with an S, at hotmail.com. yowiesightings@hotmail.com. So if someone can ask her to do that, because every time someone joins, they've got to answer the question if they've had a Yowie sight or not. Some people don't do it, some do. So we can get her to send them, and she has an interest in Yowies. Like I said, she was in the Yowie group. If we can get her to send those sightings, because we get a fair few on that group, through to my email, that'll kick us off. We'll get some more sightings going. So if you're on that group, if you could do that for me, that would be great. Just ask her. She might want to do it. It's a bit of work. It's just easy. 500 people join. You just hit click join 500. Do you know what I mean? If she wants to do it, I'll show her an easy way to do it. So Anyway, we'll save that for later because I've already been wasted 5 minutes. All right, so I'll show you some other things we're going to talk about. Some crazy things. All right, so this is Gary the Finderer. He's also the guy that started the witch hunt about Yowie Chaser, who tried to I'll just update you. He tried to, I don't know what his plan was. I don't know what his thinking was, but it didn't work. And this is Miguel from Sasquatch Fury. I used to watch all these bloody, when he used to go out looking for yowies. I used to watch it all, Bigfoot and all that. I used to watch him then, but I didn't know he was doing all these sightings. So that was years ago when I was watching him, and I've lost him, and I've just found him again now because of this. So here's a funny thing. I'm watching it last night, and if you go to 1540, right, and have a listen here to what Mr. Gary's got to say, Mr. Witch Hunt. He's talking about when he was filming a couple of yowies that were on the side of a mountain out at Springbrook. Okay. Now, this is a funny thing, guys, right? It's what I tell you, man. Weird stuff happens to me all the time, right? So he's saying how he spotted these yowies. He's filming them. A car drives up the road. A person hangs out the window and says, "Hey, there's yowies up on that mountain," right? And now this is at 1 o'clock in the morning, by the way. Now that person just happened to be me. I thought they knew it was me. Obviously, they didn't know it was me. So yeah, Gary, that was me, mate. So here's the psychic thing about it was how's the time, man? 1 o'clock in the morning, in the middle of nowhere. These guys are sitting in the bush filming a yowie, and I drive past at the exact same time and say, "Hey, there's yowies up in the mountains," and I have these coincidences all the time. Like, I should write them all down. Everything that happens every day, it's out of control. I don't know what's going on, but there's something very weird going on. Anyway, so yeah, that was me. You guys had your other cars parked down the bottom of the hill, down near the Polly's Kitchen, across the road from there, and then yous were behind. Just so you know, it was me. Yous were behind the Ford Transit van. Can't sit behind that. Then we drove around a few more bends, and believe it or not, out popped two guys in camo gear. One was Mr. Bean, and the other one was, I tell you, it was the dentist. I'm not sure. He doesn't want to put his face. He's like a dentist. He doesn't want to be seen. So I think it was the dentist. They were in camo gear anyway. Now I'm not sure if that was on the way down or the way up. So, but it was the same night anyway. Then they must have swapped over because we didn't see anyone. I think we did a couple of laps, something now, like we always used to do. So just to fill some people in, because in the next video that I'm going to show you, these people say that I go to all their Yowie locations, where actually I've been going to this spot here where these guys were since the day it opened. I went there every single night. And why I went there every single night was the road had been closed for, I don't even know, 2 years maybe. And I thought, man, there'll be yowies using that road. There's a dam down the bottom. They need water, blah, blah, blah. So I was going up and down there some nights. So I would walk down that road. If I'd get someone to drive my car in front of me, I'd get them 100 metres in front, and then I'd walk behind the car. And I'll tell you, it's a long way. I don't know how far it is. It's a fair way. So I would do that. And then on the nights when I didn't walk and I just went by myself, or sometimes I'd have people with me and I just couldn't be bothered walking, I would just turn all the lights off in the car, put it in neutral, roll down the hill, and stop all the way along, listen, and I could hear what I think were yowies walking in the bush. They were pretty loud. Sometimes there'd be one, sometimes there'd be two. Yeah, so I wouldn't say it happened every night, but it happened a lot. So I started to work out there was yowies 100% along this road. Now I was trying to work out how to get to the top of the ridge line. So I did try it one day. I tried to get up this ridge line, but I had my car parked on the side of the road. I've made a video about it. And I had all fishing rods hanging out. And I thought I heard a car stop in a car door. And I thought, oh, someone broke into my car and stole my rods because I was hanging out the window. So I never ended up going up this ridge line. But I remember making a video telling these guys, because I knew they like camping out, that this would be a really good spot to camp out. No one can see you. There's a nice flat ground. It's the bottom of the ridge line. And then a couple of days later, they must have seen my video and decided to walk up the ridge line in that exact same spot where I started walking up the ridge line. So to the guy that we're going to show later, they were actually in my area. I was there first, and that happens a lot. It's just that I don't say nothing. It's pretty funny how they keep saying I go to their area. So now, what else happened in this area was there was one night I was by myself, and if you know the area, there's a certain part on the road where it's just like it's one lane. So I'd get down, rolling down, I'd stop, and I started hearing rocks getting thrown hard. Like, I mean, no exaggeration. These had to be the size of baseballs, and you'd hear it hit a tree, like boom, and then ricochet. It could hit another tree, or could hit the rocks and then skim down. You hear it, ching, 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 like full on throwing rocks. Like, I never got out of the car because what would happen was, where I was, because it was one lane road, a car would come up the hill, and I have to turn the lights on quickly, start the car, and go again. Right now, this happened 5 times probably this one night, and I never realized what was going on. But now, I know a little bit more now. When you're driving up the hill, your lights shine into the mountain where they would, like, even though they're way down in a gully, car lights actually shine on the trees where they would have been, not down in the gully, but they'd be able to see them. It lights up, depending on what sort of lights you got and all that. So obviously, when they'd see the cars coming, they were throwing rocks to warn the other yowies, maybe, that there's a car coming. That's what I worked out on the way home. That's what I think was happening up until now. Like, even I'm telling this story now, I reckon that's what they were doing. And it wasn't until I was going home that I thought, I worked it out, But so that creek, it's a little creek there. It runs down to the dam, and also runs up to a ridge line. Okay, now I've been telling people for the last 3 years now, or 2 years, I don't know, that yowies, right, live on ridge lines, right? They live in a certain part of a ridge line. I can guarantee it 100%, right? So, and they use creeks to get water and to hunt for animals, okay? So creeks are their laneways, what they use, and ridge lines are their highways, okay? Now, these yowies were obviously down in the creek. I don't know if they were hunting. I don't know if they were looking for water. I don't know if they were playing in the water. I can't confirm that. But I could definitely hear something down in that creek, and there's no way in the world anybody could be making the noise that was going on and throwing these rocks. And like I said before, it was, if you follow that creek all the way up to the top, that is the place where it's called Stickland. Right, this is the famous place at Springbrook where the guys believe they filmed a yowie. Now, I used to believe they filmed a yowie because I knew there was already yowies there, but I did not know how to get to the top of the ridgeline unless you did this massive walk, and it was very steep. I was going to do it, but I never got around to doing it. Now, just by a fluky chance, one day I found an easy way into this track, where you didn't have to walk up any full-on steep mountains, cliffs. There was just an easy track. Some people will drive that track. They drive halfway and then walk the rest of the way. I just walk in, but it's not that far. It takes about, I don't know, I think it takes about 20 minutes to walk there. That's going slow, stopping, getting a breather, seeing what's going on around. Anyway, so that's where these guys believe they filmed the yowie at Stickland. Like I said, I believe them, but Since then, I found out a few other things that military, SAS, use people's farms, and they also use national parks to train in, for all different sorts of reasons that we won't get into. But they do them. I've had reports of people being woken up in the middle of the night, banging on their door, take me back to the base. I'm out of here. A whole group of them. So obviously, the homeowner said, the farm owner said, well, don't know what they wanted, but they didn't look. They looked scared. They stunk. They'd obviously been out in the bush for a while. Must have had a run in with a yowie or something, and they wanted out. Okay, so we know what happens. All right. So as you know the story, Buck's supposed to have filmed this yowie. Right, looks like a yowie. It's got all the right looks. But after hearing that story and a few stories that the hunters actually posted on their Facebook page, telling whoever these people were, because the hunters actually have cameras all through the bush up there, and they'd caught people getting dressed up in camo gear roughly an hour before they got there. Right now, they only mainly went there on a Saturday night, but they went there on a Thursday night and a Saturday night, and both those nights, they didn't know at the time. It was only later when they checked the videos, because someone had actually seen someone walking down one of the tracks that wasn't a yowie. They seen a person walking down. Well, it was the shape of a person. Then when Hunter went back and checked his cameras that he's obviously got up there in the bush, he seen an hour before they get there, people are getting dressed up in camo gear and hiding in the bush waiting for them to get there. It's like they're waiting for them. They know they're coming. Then he bragged that I'll come back and try and do it again. I bet you won't get away with it this time. We'll bring other cameras and all this stuff. And then he took all that down off his Facebook page, which is what I want to know now is, why did he take it all down? Why is all that being removed from his Facebook page? Does he now realize that what he filmed was actually a military person or somebody else in a ghillie suit that looks like a yowie? And they don't want that out there saying, well, it could have been anyone. It could be rangers, it could be military, it could be anything. But someone was getting dressed up in camo and hiding in the bush before they got there. So if people knew that was what's going on, who would have there'd be a doubt in your mind that maybe that's who these guys film. Now, the next problem with the story is the two yowies were filmed next to a tree stump that it's a tree that's broken and it lays on its side. So it's not sticking up in the air, it's laying on its side, right? Now, if you go to that tree stump, that comes up to my chest, all right? So that's where you see the yowies bend over, lean over, right? So they're not that tall. I'm 6 foot, so, obviously whatever was standing there was, I don't know, 6'2", maybe 6'4", maybe they were tall. One of them was tall, and they bend over. Okay, so I don't know where this 9-foot yowie comes from, but that was filmed in a different spot. I don't know. That was filmed in the bush. This one's actually filmed on a track, which makes more sense. That buck would be out on a track. He wouldn't be hiding in the bush where the other one was filmed. Well, you wouldn't think so anyway. So yeah, so I've been to this stump. Like I said, it leans over on its side. That's where there was an X marker. What's I gonna say? Yeah, so it's not that tall. So another reason why it could be military. Now, the next problem is, I've never ever heard of any yowie signs, all the thousands of yowie sightings that I've heard, where the yowies played noughts and crosses and leave all these different stick structures everywhere. They left stick structures where they slept, right? Heaps of them on the ground, and then up where the stump is that's leaning on its side, they left all stick structures. Now, yowies don't want to be found, so why would they spend half the night leaving all these sticks everywhere? Now, I think it was the SAS, military or someone, playing jokes, making these guys think, oh, look, you're in a prime spot, all these yowies here. This is what I really think that's happened, and I think Mr. Hunter probably knows that and doesn't want to release release these videos that he's got, because people will think, oh, well, you didn't film a Yowie after all. And they go on about it's the best footage ever, where you can't really tell anything. Maybe with their new thermals they got, I've seen the new thermals they got for 10 grand. Well, if I were using them, we probably would have definitely known for sure that whatever, if it was a Yowie or not. So good luck with the new thermals. It'd be good to see how they go. And yeah, what else have we got? And maybe whoever it is was up there trying to find a Yowie themselves. If it was the military, maybe they're up there looking for bloody Yowies. Who knows? But I tell you what I did find. On the way out the other day when I was up there, I found a trail cam hidden in a tree. It's filming people who are going in and out of there. So that was interesting. There's only a Shitty Kings one. So I thought it's not Yowie Hunter because he buys all the expensive stuff. So I thought it could be one of the people that live around there who know that someone's going in there, and they're just filming who's going in now. Because I know there was a person in the group who'd taken photos of all the cars that were going in there, and wanted to know if it had anything to do with me. I said, no, I don't. I never drive my car in anywhere. I walk in, but I don't drive over regeneration areas, or so. I don't know. There's two areas where I think she's talking about. There's another one right at the top of Springbrook. It's before you get to the end of Springbrook Road where the repeater. I don't know what it is. It's like there. It's not where all lookout is. It's the other. There's another thing with towers, and it looks from I sent photos on another group that got taken down. Obviously, the guy got ants in his pants and took them down. There was all photos of cars driving. Looks like in that area, I know that area well as well. So it's another area where I used to go to that they've gone to as well. That's the second area now. So yeah, those photos got taken down after a lady on my site come on there asking if any of us had been driving in there. So yeah, and she said we also changed your padlocks that you'd put on the fence. So that was an interesting. That's interesting. But anyway, we'll leave that story there. This guy can't tell the difference between a lemon and orange. Oh, anyway, and this other fella, it's funny. Someone messaged me and go, is he Bongo? I said, I don't know. I said, no, he's not. He's actually not a bad bloke. He's just hooked up with the wrong people. You know what I mean? He's a good fella, old Dave. So yeah. Anyway, so as you guys would know. Oh yeah, make sure you just go back. See these timestamps. This is where you've got to watch the videos from. So hang on, we'll just go back. So you go back to this 1540 here and listen from here what happened. Alright, and go to 1442 and start from here. Have a listen to this guy. Have a listen to what he's got to say. Then this guy, he's always got to chime in, but he tries not to be as nasty, but yeah. So go and have a listen. So as you know, my Facebook page has all got. I did. I got deleted. I'm blocked permanently. Can't get back on Facebook. Yowie pages. I had Queensland, New South Wales. Had all them. I had I had heaps, guys. I had heaps of pages, heaps of groups. And the idea was that when people type into Google, they're going to find that, and they're going to send you Yowie signs. That's what we want. That's why all these guys reckon I made up fake Yowie sightings and all that. I didn't have to make up anything. I had that many pages and groups. People send them to me non-stop. That's what you just don't get. So if I had Queensland Yowie signs, people in Queensland would type in Queensland Yowie signs. I'd come up on Google. They'd message me and say, hey, I got a Yowie sighting. Or Blue Mountains or Pilliga, or where else did I have them? Oh, I don't know. Far North Queensland. Bloody South Wollongong. Where else? What else do we have? I don't know. Heaps. I can't even remember. I've got them all saved in bookmarks on my computer, but they're all gone. Anyway, so it's just funny that these guys here are talking about on my Facebook pages, saying he's got thousands of Facebook pages. He goes, I've never seen anything like it. He goes, I don't know how he did it all. So, and then 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, guess what? I've been banned. I've been banned from Facebook. Now, I'm not saying these guys reported me, but it's a bit of a coincidence that they're talking about it, and the next thing I'm blocked. Now, I used to get a lot of messages from their friends saying, "Oh, we're gonna bring you down. Oh, we're gonna get you. Oh, we're gonna do this." Oh yeah, you guys are funny. And it wasn't just long ago. I'd actually got a message from Mr. Hunter himself. So I don't know what he's was up to, but I just deleted him straight away. I went block because that's what he did to me a long time ago on his forum. So I got my revenge back. I thought, you're not messaging me, talking to me, buddy. You can go bye bye. And that's exactly what happened. And then, like I said, it was only a couple of weeks. Then this guy got on here and started saying I was a thorn in his bum. And the next thing, I'm gone. Gonski. It's very interesting. Bit of a coincidence. Anyway, so what that's now done is, well, looks like I'll have to go looking for yowies every day. So it means I'll be making lots more videos. I won't have many sightings unless things change. Unless we can get another. It's hard to get groups and pages going. It took me 3 years or 4 years to get that group to 30,000 people. Nearly 30,000 we got to. And then in the end, Facebook actually stopped it. No one was joining. You can't even type in, even if you call your Facebook Yowie Sightings Australia, you can have a URL. Okay, a lot of people don't know this. So the URL for that was Yowie Sighting, no S. Right, that's the only way you'll find that group. If you typed in Yowie Sightings Australia Facebook group, it won't even come up. You won't even find it. And people will be messaging me saying, "We can't find the group." I say, go to my YouTube channel. The link's in my YouTube channel, and that was the only way people could find it, because Facebook had totally blocked that group. I don't know what is going on with that, but that group was getting about 100 people a day joining, and then it just all stopped. So I don't know if Facebook have anything to do with it. We'll get a lot of reports from, probably military, police, maybe, I don't know. Do we upset somebody? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they know that I know the truth. Maybe they've heard me talking to people and they probably think this guy does know where yowies are. I don't know. I really do not know, but we're finished. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to get a mate to start it. If you've had any yowie sightings or anything like that, send them through. Even if they don't have to be a sighting. Even if it's just an encounter and you think you've had one. Anything. I need anything right at this moment. I might have to do what that fella Jamie Martin does. Maybe go through Trove and all the newspapers and go get all the sightings out of there. Oh yeah, that was funny. Anyway, so yeah, if you've had any signs or anything like that, just send them through. I might have to start redoing a few old ones just to keep the group going till I can get out and start doing some research. Like I said, I'll be going out. I won't have much money. I'll have enough to do a couple of days a week probably. We'll see what happens. We'll just wait and see. Might camp. Maybe we'll be better off camping at places and just staying there a couple of nights and really sussing these areas out. That's probably what we're better off doing, actually. That's a good thought by myself. What else did I want to mention? I should have mentioned it earlier. It was about, oh man, I can't believe I left it out. About, Mr. Witch Hunt. Let's go back, hang on. Alright, so Mr. Witch Hunt here, he goes alright. He got, for all the experiences he's had, he doesn't know everything. He still doesn't know where they live. and he still thinks that if he walks around the bush with a red light, he'll be safe. Now, I don't know what he means by that, but I'm telling anybody, if you go in the bush and you're looking for yowies, get the brightest light you can possibly find, okay, and make as much noise as possible. If you want to attract the yowie, that's how you do it. If you're hiding in the bush with your little red light on, nothing's going to happen. Alright? And also, listen, Gary, you obviously know a fair bit. Well, mate, tracking sort of stuff and finding stuff like that. I'll give you that. But can you stop saying on the groups and in your videos, when I was with AYR, when I was with AYR, when I was with AYR, when I was with AYR. Just stop saying it, man. It doesn't sound good. I'm just giving you a free tip, man. I've seen it in group chats. Someone will write something. Oh, when I was with AYR, and then in all your videos you say it. Just give it a rest. Just be the finder, mate. AYR been doing this for 30 years, right? And where's the Yowie, man? Where's the bloody photo of her? I haven't seen one. Just be the finder, man. You said you found all these footprints. Be the finder, man. So when I was the finder, well, you still are the finder. Just keep a finder. That's what I want to ask you too. So when you were at the Yowie crossing out near Wollongong, and you say that you were a kilometre away from the Yowie crossing, when we were towards Wollongong, or you're back towards Brisbane? Because if you go 600 metres down the road, I know it's not a K, that's the start of the Richmond River. So I have a theory that, if they've come from the top of Barney that way, and are they cruising down through the Richmond River? I found another river actually down there the other day. Yeah, I'd just like to know where that was. Oh, you probably won't answer, but that's cool. What else? What else was I gonna say? Yeah, same with the lights. Anyone that goes out, make as much noise as you can, and have the brightest light possible. And one day, not in the too distant future, I will tell you all something that is just that no one has ever picked up on, and it's just common sense. But I don't know. Nobody bloody knows it. I don't. Maybe we all think different. I know. I must just think different to everybody. It's just so simple. But anyway, what else was I going to talk about? I don't know. And don't be like this guy. Make sure you always record. Like, don't be like the guy that tells the story about the fish that got away. This guy's got the yowie that got away because he didn't hit record. There's always one of them stories popping up somewhere. Alright, guys. Yowie chaser out. I'm back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Mr. Dan. Guess what, man? I got new hiking thongs, mate. Where do you see them? You're going to love them. Oh, yeah. Cheers. Bye.